So I just want to come on here and talk about this learning experience that I just went through. I purchased my first property 2 years ago. It's a duplex, so I'm living on the bottom, and then I rent out the upstairs. And I just got done transferring ownership of my property over to my business, which is an LLC. I purchased it 2 years ago, and just doing some research, I found out there are a lot of benefits in doing that. There wasn't really a lot of information out there as far as what the actual process is in my county. So I kind of, figured it out, and I'm just really excited that I finally got it done. And I think having done this would open up a lot of other opportunities as far as my real estate goals, my real estate investment goals, and my business goals. Whoops, sorry. I tell a lot of people, and pretty much anybody who would listen, about how important it is to get into real estate investment early. I mean, some people get into it later in life and they're still able to find a lot of successes in it. But I always say, if I knew back, 8 years ago, 6 years? No. If I knew, what I know now 10 years ago in college with those refund checks that I was receiving, I would be so far ahead in my real estate investment journey. But I mean, it's all a learning experience, but everything is, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's definitely possible. I started my journey with, my credit score was like crappy. When I say crappy, I mean I got receipts to show it too, but it was so bad, and I had no idea how the process works, the step by step. Actually, I reached out, so I went on Zillow. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I went on Zillow, found a property, and then requested a showing, knowing nothing about the process. I mean, I've read it, but I did things backwards. So I went to the showing, and luckily I ended up with this agent who kind of took time and explained to me the process. He's like, Doris, you gotta first get a pre-approval. In order to get a pre-approval, your credit must be this score, or at least this high to get a pre-approval. So he still went ahead and showed me the property, but he was like, you know what, just wait, figure that piece out, and then once you do that, you can come back. And I really just went to work, and trying to get my credit score at least to a place where I can be able to get a pre-approval. So I finally did, and I got approved for, I think it was like 100,000 or so. Now, that time I wasn't really making much at work, but I got approved, and I started really searching for my property. And I knew I was looking for a duplex because I know this property was not obviously I'm not planning on it being my permanent home. I really purchased it as an investment property. I came to take a look at it. I knew it was in a good up and coming area. And luckily I had, when I purchased it, I already had a tenant. I had tenants living upstairs. So there was really no period as far as, trying to find a tenant to occupy it. It was pretty much move-in ready. I tell pretty much everybody who will listen that it is so beneficial to get into it, because there are a lot of benefits, and there are a lot of successes that anybody can find in real estate. And it doesn't really have to be purchasing a property. So right now my property, I stay in it at times in the bottom Sometimes I use it for Airbnb when I am away, and it's pretty much paying for itself. Actually, how much I'm paying less here, well, compared to the 1-bedroom apartment I had before I purchased this house. If you take the difference between what I was paying in my 1-bedroom apartment and what I pay now for mortgage, it's like I'm pretty much paying $200. Just from what my mortgage is and what my rental income is, it's the difference is $200. So you could really say I'm paying $200 a month. But then on average, on a good month for Airbnb, I make way over $200 a month. So I pretty much have a house that I am essentially living in it for free, and it's taking care of itself. So I could go into more detail in a later video, but I want to hop on here just to, you know, encourage anybody out there who is thinking about getting into it. Everything is figure outable. You can figure it out. There are podcasts, there are articles, real estate series here and there. And it seems like a lot, but if you take it in chunks, it's really, I mean, I'm saying if I was able to do it, pretty much anybody can. Because when I say my credit, I pretty much had to start from scratch. I did. And within a year or two, I have this property, and I'm looking to get the next one here shortly. I'll try to keep my videos more consistent, and I think I'm going to be doing a little bit more vlogish conversation type of videos, kind of me documenting my journey throughout. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below, and I will see you in my next video.